to accurately calculate what this X is. So it's not ideal, but it's it's a bit more of a robust manner than just arbitrarily picking a number like 500. And what we've so as a result, we then derive the individual country X's, the multipliers, and then according to that estimate the number of internet users. Quality, we have developed something called the broadband quality of service experience. What this is it's a way of measuring quality from the user's perspective, as opposed to what I think in most cases happens is where the regulator installs some monitoring equipment in the operator's network which measures speeds and so on. So what we have developed is something which measures, in addition to speeds, upload and download speeds, there are other important parameters like return trip time, jitter, packet loss. These are important indicators in determining the quality of your service, your quality experience when you're using things like voice over internet, VoIP, you're doing gaming, and so on and so forth, which we found have been used in these countries. It tests these parameters in relation to the international servers as well as local and servers within the ISP. We've done the tests for mobiles and mobile and fixed broadband. We do them at different times of the day, different days of the week, and we get the average results. And this is all done in the background of people's computers who have downloaded the software, and this data uploads automatically to a central database, and it's available freely on the web for anyone to view. So these are some of the kind of numbers, the kind of indicators you can derive from these kinds of things. So this graph shows value for money of about 18 or 19 packages in different cities in Asia. So you've got Dhaka, Chennai, Bangkok, and so on. And what we're measuring here is similar to what Hernan was talking about. Basically, how much do you get for each dollar that you spend. We also look at what are delivered versus stated speeds. So what are operators promising, but what are they actually giving? So in this graph you see everyone below the 100, the dotted line, which is marked at 100, is under-delivering what they promise. So this gives us a very important tool in providing pressure for ethical advertising. So this is, I mean, we've tried to use this to sort of prod operators to stop advertising unrealistic speeds, which we know they're not delivering, and we know this because of our data. And so using these kind of things, we publish newspaper ads and do press releases and so on and so forth. And we have seen sort of more ethical advertising happening in Sri Lanka, though we can't say directly if it's because of us or not. But also encouragingly, we've seen similar approaches being adopted by regulators. The FCC is doing something a bit similar to us, using the same kind of volunteer computing approach. TRAI, that's the Indian regulator, and the Bangladeshi regulator have adopted some of our recommendations on contention ratios and so on. Next is prices. We also, like DIRSI, I think, benchmark broadband prices. This is an example from, I think, 1 or 2 years ago. We collect and publish these results every 6 months. In Pakistan, we found that the prices were ridiculously high compared to other countries, and this was picked up through the media, and as a result the regulators picked it up, and there was a lot of back and forth between us and the regulators on methodology and so on. And finally, as a result, in 6 months' time, we did see prices in Pakistan drop dramatically by 64%, in fact. So this is what collecting comparable and up-to-date indicators can actually do in terms of helping the policy process. We also, we have been collecting mobile price data. I think Roxana mentioned some of this stuff that they've been doing in Latin America as well. We have done similar things, and we actually decided to stop doing this year because now the ITU has adopted a similar methodology. I'll just skip through this actually, I think. Another method that has been developed by some researchers in Michigan State University is the least cost frontier. So it's essentially baskets at a basket at every level of use essentially, and it compares. It basically is a tool to tell you at a given usage level what is the lowest, which package will I be able to get the lowest price. And this can be done for packages, for operators, for countries, comparisons between these three groups. And this is something that we're developing with the same researchers for a tool to use to compare broadband prices in Sri Lanka and India. What we've seen from all of our areas of research is that telecom, especially mobile, it's fast becoming more akin to a fast-moving consumer good. There's a lot of competition, commoditization, and so on. So as a result, these kind of newer methods of measuring performance are needed. You need to, as I said, we do know that supply-side data is important, but it's not enough. You need things like demand-side data and so on to get the nuances, to see what's actually happening beyond the numbers. And as a result, we'll also, I think, need to start looking at new ways beyond this of measuring sector performance. Right, I guess that's my main point. But overall, it's something it's not easy to do. It's not cheap, and it's maybe not something that is best done by people outside of the system. I think it's something that maybe regulators and national statistical organizations also need to get involved with and probably take the lead on. That's it for me. Thank you.